Hello and welcome to Buckman's Model Mania. Today we're going to be working on the Batmobile Stage 83 and it is from Fanhome. No more work for right now on the chassis. That was the last several videos. Actually, I think that was the last two videos. But still everything's self-contained and moving along very nicely. Let me get the parts out of here. This is what always frightens me, is a piece might flip out of there and get lost. So we have some MS and some BM screws. With them being M screws, we're going to need oil. So let me get oil pumped up to the top of the reservoir. We have the steering wheel, and it is metal. That's really cool. We also have the steering column, also metal. And it's going to go on here, something like that. Chrome piece for the center of the steering wheel. Let me get a pair of tweezers out here. Differential. Black plastic piece. And they're calling these joysticks. Not sure why they would call them joysticks. They don't really look like joysticks. And I almost tossed that because it's clear and I didn't see it at first. Let's see. Interesting. I don't know if the camera will pick that up. But that's actually the speedometer. That's kind of cool. I don't remember seeing that in this show, but it has been a few decades since I watched Batman. Okay, so it says fitting the joysticks. Okay, and these are left and right. They go on the top here. I'm just looking. I'm going to guess that this one goes on this side. There's a small pin on the bottom here. Again, we're putting a black pin into a black part. So it's, especially with older eyes, it's always a little tricky to actually see the part or see the pin going into the hole. A lot of it's by feel. I think that's almost in there. It's at least lined up. That's pushed all the way down. We'll take this other one, and I'm not positive if they're directional. It does have separate part numbers for each one. However, I don't know how to identify them. As long as the part fits, I figure it's okay. That fly sat there until I looked at him, and then he took off. Okay, so that's got it in the hole, or in the general area of the hole. There, that went in there. Let me see if I can turn this one a little bit. I like them a little bit better pointed in. So that's got that in there. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to take the SM screws, and we're going to assemble the differential. This could be a little bit tricky because these screws are tiny, and so is that differential. Or not differential, duh. U-joint, sorry. Looks like it is completely square, so I don't think it matters which way it goes in as long as it goes in. Okay. Just try to get it through the hole here. and it is actually threaded in. There's one side. Let's see if we can get the other side as well. And then I have to make sure that it'll actually move, because steering columns are the bane of my existence on part work vehicles. I've had a couple that just didn't work once I had to put them together. Bus comes to mind. Okay, that feels like it's a little bit tight. Let's back it off a little bit on both sides. Let's see if it'll move. It does move. It is stiff, which is fine. I'd rather have it be too stiff and stay in place than not stiff enough and fall apart. Next thing we're going to do is the BM screw here going into the steering column itself. Okay, dip it in the oil. I'm going to set the screwdriver right there like that with the screw on top of it. And then I'm going to look and see. This is a D-shaped hole. It only fits in one way. You can see twisting it and it's not moving. So now we'll drop this piece in here, or this, not piece, this screw in here. We're not really dropping it. We're trying to get it to engage with this column, which it is. And now we're going to tighten it all the way down, because it would not do to have a loose steering wheel in the Batmobile. That actually went in quite a ways, and it is pretty solid. Matter of fact, let me turn this U-joint so it's facing the right way for when this goes into the car. That should be good. Next page. So next we're going to push the instrument panel strip into the matching recess in the instrument panel. Okay, so this is the instrument panel. There is a strip on the bottom there where this, there's a gap on the bottom, I should say, where this piece goes. And again, this is another one of those tricky places because it is recessed and you're trying to push something into it from outside the recess. Let's see. I am not sure how this is going to work, to be honest. Let me push it over. Hopefully we can get those pins to line up. If they don't line up, I will clip them and glue this, because once it's in there it never needs to come back out. Even with the pins, I don't think it ever would come back out. Come on. Okay, there's one side. Come on. Good thing I have good size thumbnails. One's almost down. I think that's down all as far as it's going to go. You can see there kind of the black inside there. And they say to take this piece here, push the instrument panel into the front of the instrument panel part with the speedometer, should be covering the instrument panel strip. So the speedometer should be on the bottom. Like that. Come on, focus. There you go. Now, speedometer shows up a whole lot better now. Then we're going to take the strip lights and turn them over. No actual lights in here. There are a couple of pins in the back here. They're not gonna show on the camera because it's silver on silver. Push this down in here. Don't know if it's gonna click or not. It does appear to be as far down as it's going to go. Let me try with the back of the tweezers. And you can see lights back there. And then this last bit, there's two pins on here that are going to go inside the steering wheel. And I got the speedometer on crooked. Don't know that I'm going to be able to get that back out. Let me try. Nah, I'm going to end up scratching the glass if I do that. I might try and do something with it later. But right now, it's in there. It's wrong, slightly. Let me see if I pop this back out. Don't know that I can get anything back out of here. Without breaking stuff. Hang on, let me pause real quick. Okay, after a quick trip to Home Depot, no, actually I got this knocked out right before, but that is now on there correctly. We pop this back into place. The speedometer is good now. The back here, the lights should be good in a second. And we'll pop this back into the steering wheel. Come on, line up. Very interesting. That's funny. So the picture in the book shows the steering wheel, this being the bottom, which makes sense until you look at the speedometer and the lights. It only fits this way. The way the pins are set up on here, you cannot put the gauge cluster in here correctly. Because the speedometer is upside right this way. And if you put it in there the way that the pins will fit, come on, I had it in there a minute ago. So the pins fit that way, and so this speedometer wants to go in that way. But this is the correct orientation of the speedometer as far as I know, which is rather interesting to me. Let me double check. Let's see if we got a picture of the speedometer in place. Yeah, you can see right here, the speedometer, or the steering wheel, is supposed to go in this direction, but it's upside down. It's kind of interesting. But that is all there is to do in stage 83 of the Batmobile. Looks really good other than the fact that it's upside down. I may correct it and cut those pins off and glue it in there. I'll have to wait and see first. But I'm actually really happy with the build other than a couple of minor mistakes here and there. Hope you're enjoying the build. Thank you for watching. If you made it through this far, leave a comment. Let me know. Like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon to be notified of any time I post new content. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. Have a great day. Have a great day tomorrow, and I will see you in the next video or stream.
Model mania, hard work models, plastic modeling, wooden models. Workman's model mania, hard work models, plastic modeling, wooden